a young boy living in the village. He was very troubled by his mental fear. He was always afraid of something or the other. Sometimes he gets scared thinking what his future will be like. Will he be able to fulfill his own and his parents' dreams or not? He felt that he had many shortcomings, and because of this thinking, he considered himself small and inferior in comparison to another. He was afraid to even talk to people openly. When he sits or talks with people, so he feels that people's attention is only on his shortcomings. That's why he felt uncomfortable and nervous in front of many people. He was also jealous of how people around him were surpassing him, and at the same time, he is also afraid that his friends or people around him might overtake him. And if this happens, then he will prove to be small and weak in front of them. And due to the fear of being proven weak, he did not share any such information or opportunity with his friends and colleagues, even after knowing it, in which it seemed that the other person would take advantage of that information or opportunity and overtake him. He had become so scared and mentally weak that he was happy to see other people fail. He often compares his work and progress with those of others around him. And feelings of jealousy and envy start arising in his mind towards the person who is more successful than him. And seeing a person who was less successful than him makes him happy. Due to his fear of comparison and negative thinking, the young man often remained restless. And he also knew that this fear and comparative thinking is not good for him. It's pulling back from it. But even after trying a lot, he was not able to give up this habit of mental fear and hellish thinking. And with time, his fear was increasing even more, due to which he became more and more worried and stressed, but couldn't do anything. Then suddenly one day he came to know about a Buddha monk who used to live in the Buddhist monastery built in his neighboring village. That Buddhist monk was a meditative person, and he also had many disciples. On the basis of the knowledge of his intellect, to solve people's biggest problems were famous throughout the region. As soon as information was received about the Buddhist monk, the young boy reached the Buddhist monk the next day. And after paying obeisance to him, he sits down in front of him with a sad face. At first, the Buddhist monk looked at her face very carefully, and then in a very calm and sweet voice asked the reason for his coming. The young boy began to narrate his story with a very sad heart. He said, "Munivar, I often remain scared and restless. I am often worried and scared about my future and work. I am always afraid of falling behind others and being proven weak. I feel jealous and envious of others' success, and there is happiness in their success. I doubt myself every moment, and I keep comparing myself to others, due to which I am feeling very disturbed and disturbed from within. And because of this unrest and fear, I am not able to do anything big in my life. Munivar, I come to you with great hopes. Please show me the right path." The Buddhist monk listened attentively to the young boy, and then, in a calm and serious voice, began to say, "All these fears and symptoms are found only in that person, one who lacks self-confidence, who does not trust himself, and who is not comfortable with himself. Because the person who has confidence in himself and is connected to himself, he will never be sad about someone else's success, nor will he be happy if anyone fails. A confident person does not live in fear of being left behind, or you will prove to be weak in their eyes because he believes in ability and hard work, so he tries to give his best in every situation without worrying too much about the consequences. So today I will tell you about 9 such habits which are found in those people, who are full of confidence and who believe in themselves, who are comfortable with themselves and connected to themselves. And by adopting these habits, you can also fill yourself with confidence. You can learn to be in tune with yourself and free yourself from fear, jealousy, envy, and comparison. Like you can concentrate on your work by keeping yourself away from negative thoughts. So listen to what I say carefully and try to understand where you stand, i.e., which of these habits are inside you. And what are the habits that you have to develop in yourself now? To live a peaceful, happy, and successful life, let's start with the first habit. So the first habit is to stop taking things personally. There is no need to take everything personally, because if any person takes things personally, if anything is being said for a group, or is being said generally for everyone, and if that person takes that matter upon himself, then he feels very humiliated. and it takes a deep blow to your self-confidence. We must learn to find collective and ecological meaning in things, rather than, but the person who trusts in himself, he is comfortable and satisfied with himself. Therefore, he does not fall into any kind of jealousy, envy, or comparison. He helps other people. I feel happy in doing it, because I know that if someone becomes stronger, then I am as strong as I am. So a group of strong people will be formed, and everyone will move forward together. The fifth habit of self-confident and mentally strong people is that he knows how to express his views well, without getting too angry, without losing his temper, without harming anyone, and without fear. Because such a person is comfortable and honest with himself, that is why he is aware of his mistakes and also knows where he is innocent. Accepts his mistakes with full humility, and when he is right, he stands up without fear and defends his position. One keeps the talent very strong, but while remaining within the bounds of decency, without respecting one's dignity, a person knows very well when to present his point in a showroom, in front of 1,000 people, or in front of the whole world. What steps to take? Similarly, the sixth characteristic of these people is that these people are mentally and emotionally strong and powerful. Who is truly strong, i.e. powerful from inner mind? The one who has knowledge but is not proud of his knowledge. The one who knows how to do the right thing at the right time. The one who knows how to be humble. The one who knows how to help others is the same person. A true human being is powerful, independent, self-confident, successful, and satisfied. The identity of a truly strong human being is such that he keeps all the dimensions of his life and treats others like himself. Also believes in making powerful, because he knows that the more the positive energy is spread, the more it will come back to him, and he will become more powerful. Think for yourself, what will happen if you live in a group of weak people? Gradually, you too will become weak, but what will happen if you form a group of powerful people and their power increases? Gradually, your power will increase, then such people are truly powerful. The specialty of people who are self-confident and connected to themselves is that people are satisfied with their life. This does not mean that there is no enthusiasm to do anything further. There is a lot to be done in the future, but they are full of gratitude for what they have now. Are satisfied, are happy, there is peace in the heart, there is love, and a positive, taking them individually. That is, what has been said to how many, for what purpose, and in what context. Keeping this in mind, its meaning should be understood, and whoever is comfortable with himself, he is confident in himself, he knows who he is, so he doesn't take things personally. Instead, it makes sense according to the current situation. When we learn to interpret the things or things said according to the situation and occasion, then we avoid blaming ourselves unnecessarily and putting unnecessary pressure on ourselves. The second habit is to believe in yourself and your abilities. Trusting yourself is the most beautiful feeling. It is a very good and special thing for us that others trust us. But when we learn to trust ourselves, life becomes very easy and beautiful. Because when our faith in ourselves becomes strong, then we move ahead in life whether someone supports us or not. And no matter how big a problem we face, she kneels down and goes away. And we move ahead laughing and smiling. The third habit of confident people is that there is a pause in their life, and he takes his adequate time without any nervousness. Everything in life is not achieved immediately, nor are the circumstances favorable at our time. It does not happen that everything will happen all at once and immediately. Many times it happens that we need to stop. A little pause is needed to understand and do things properly. And in the meanwhile, this time it takes, most people lose their patience. But a strong person who is comfortable with himself will have the characteristic that he will take a little time. But that will give confidence in the time he is speaking or the time he is devoting to that work. He's really making her and her life better. So that person will happily take his time and wait, and instead of getting worried, he will have a lot of patience and gratitude that at least things are happening. Then he will appreciate the time and maintain peace within himself. And the time will pass very nicely and peacefully. The fourth habit of confident and mentally strong people is that they believe in helping others move forward too. Only a strong person can take others forward and raise them higher. One can learn something from him. The person himself is strong, likes himself, is comfortable with himself. The person who is satisfied can help others, but the one who is poor himself is weak. If he is not satisfied with himself, will he help others? He himself needs help from other people. Spirit. It is only with the feeling of satisfaction and gratitude that success comes to us in future. Good luck comes to us, but we ourselves will remain happy and will find out the shortcomings due to which this Brahma Shakti Prakriti will say that she keeps crying all the time, keeps finding shortcomings, and those who are my children will pay attention to. The child who keeps crying all the time, keeps getting irritable and keeps complaining, then many times his parents also leave him in the same condition, and people will automatically come and become silent after some time. But the child who is sweet, happy, and calm towards him, people's love grows more. And if they get happiness, then it means that people who are satisfied are able to remain comfortable and happy with themselves, and their self-confidence keeps increasing. Similarly, this is the 8th habit of the people. They believe in democracy in life. It is very important to be balanced to live a good life. So such strong people who are comfortable with themselves believe in life being balanced. There are many aspects of our life like physical health, mental health, domestic relations, social relations, dreams of the future, fun, success, etc. And if we give proper time to all these things, then there will be a balance in our life. We will be satisfied, we will be happy, we will avoid getting sick. But if we pay too much attention to any one of the life, he is doing very well, but the rest is in other area. What if it happens exactly in the past? We will never be able to get that satisfaction, that happiness, that confidence in our life. We will remain worried most of the time. That is why whatever weak areas are there in your life, and make a plan as to how they can be improved, then establish a balance in your life. The 9th and last habit is that these people are open-minded. Any person who is open-minded will welcome new ideas and will also respect the opinions of others, but the person who is not open-minded is the only one who is buried in arrogance. It is very important to have the mind and heart to not spoil one's work by acting arrogantly. I am the way I am, but if someone else is different from me, it does not mean that he is wrong. If I don't like a particular thing, I don't like a dress, I don't like a way of working, then it doesn't mean that the other person's way must be wrong. So it is very important to be open-minded and learn new things, no matter who they are at work, culture, ideas, art. Welcome them, appreciate their goodness, accept change. These are all the things that are the identity of an open-minded person. But if we get stuck in conservative and small-minded thinking, that is, we get stuck in beliefs and are not ready to change our thinking, we start rotting mentally. But when we speak, we welcome new things. We smile. We become better than before. Our mind develops more and we keep moving forward by learning new things, which brings more happiness in our life. After this, the Buddhist monk paused for a while and then smiled slightly and then said, "So you must have understood the essence and must have also guessed where you stand and what changes you have to bring within yourself." Hearing this from the mouth of the Buddhist monk, the young boy nodded his head to us and gave us this information, thanked the Buddhist monk for the help, and left from there. Friends, I hope you liked this video and thank you all very much for staying in the video.